So the last class we completed the predefined exceptions and also we completed the exception propagation, right? So now we are going to work on user defined exceptions. User defined exceptions. So what is this user defined exceptions is, then here user defined exceptions are, we can also create our own exception name. Up to now we are using predefined exceptions, right? Up to now we are using predefined exceptions, and here we are going to create our own exception. Okay, here we are using our own exception names and also rise whenever it is necessary. So we can possibly create our own exception and then we are going to rise whenever it is necessary in our program. So these types of exceptions are called it as a user defined exceptions. User defined exception. So here what happened, the earlier programs we are using all predefined exceptions which is created by the Oracle people, but that exceptions is applicable for only few times whenever the no data found too many rows. Max the people is using only few exceptions for our requirement, right? But my question is, I don't want to use that predefined exceptions. I want to use my own exception. I want to create my own exception and also I want to raise that exception whenever it is required in my program logic, right? So in this point of time we are going to create our user defined exceptions. Okay, there. So what happened here, observe this one. We have three ways are there, means these exceptions are divided into three steps. One is the declaration exception, rise exception, and handle exception. Okay, handle the exception means in exceptions we are going to handle that. So declaration, in declaration of PLSQL program we are defining our own exception name using exception type. So this is the name. Okay, so this is our name and we are clearly tell to the this is the exception, this is a exception. Just you can go to compare with that variable, right? We can write the variable name and which is that variable, either number or character or date or predefined exception, sorry, PLSQL data types, whatever it may be, we clearly tell to the SQL engine. Same scenario here, we are going to write the exception. Now system is going to understand this is the one of the user defined exception in our program. Okay, so this is the example of that exception. Next, rise exception. So rise exception means whenever, so whenever we are going to, whenever it is required to rise user defined exception either in executable session or in exception session. So here we have a one option, we can possible to rise the exception. Okay, we can possible to rise the exception in executable session as well as in exception session also. Exception session also we are going to work on one by one. So here this is the example syntax. While using rise keyword we are going to rise our user defined exception. While using rise, rise is a keyword. Okay, so that keyword we can use and will be rise our user defined exception. So declare, so this is the declaration of our exception, and begin end we are going to rise our exception. Okay, rise our exception. So within the begin end you can go to write a rise keyword, that is a rise exception. Next, handle the exception. Handle the exception. Here we can also handle user defined exceptions as same as predefined exceptions. So how we can go to handle the predefined exceptions in earlier program? Same way we are going to using user defined exceptions in our programs. Okay, same way. So here observe this one. When user defined exception name 1, then execute the statements. Again when user defined exceptions name 2, then execute the statement. Finally when others. Okay, we are going to work on when others also. Next, here observe, we have a simple program on this one, then based on that we are going to work on. Okay, so we have a declare, in declare we are going to execute the, sorry, declare the say exception, declare the exception. Now here begin if to char. Okay, if to char sysdate comma day dy, just I'm going to apply the simple conversion function, then rise a. So whenever today date is Sunday, automatically exception is going to fire, right? Then next we are going to rise exception. Rise exception. So here we done mistake. It is not a Z. It is a A. Exception when A is, then automatically this exception is going to fire. So here observe carefully. This is the same thing how we are going to handle the exception in earlier blocks. Same way we are going to using this one. So here additionally we are going to declare the exception and rise the exception. Okay, so let us now I'm going to develop a simple program, then you can easily understand this process. So I'm giving the credentials and login with our connect with our database. So first of all, I want to set the pages and set lines, set server output on, and execute the statement. So now I want to develop a program, right? So here declare. So what we do here, we want to declare the exception. Suppose say example A is a exception. Suppose E is a exception. When whatever it may be, you can use it, not a problem. Here E is a exception, right? Then begin. Here I am going to write the condition if sysdate equal to date dy. So what is today date? Okay, let us 1 second. First of all, we want to check it. What is the today date? So today date is 25th. So today date is Saturday. Okay, today date is Saturday. Right. Then let us now we implement the program. Declare. So E is a exception. Begin if to care of sysdate comma dy equal to Saturday. Then so here I want to raise our exception. What is exception? E. This is our exception. Okay. So next we are going to end if, and then we are going to write the handle the exception. Okay, let us first of all rise E end if, then next we are going to write exception. So when E, then here I am going to clearly write when E, whenever this exception is going to rise, then I want to display the message. dot put line. Okay, so today is Saturday. Today is Saturday. I want to display this message and end the program. Let us check it. Okay, so we missed the semicolon for this exception. There. Automatically it is going to show us the respected today date is Saturday. Because of today is Saturday, that is the reason it is going to rise. Suppose, say example, I want to check with Sunday. If sys date is Sunday, then only exception is going to fire. Otherwise, it doesn't show us any error. Right? So because of it is not rising, right? So because of it is not matched to our Sunday. Today date is, whenever the today date is sys date is going to equal to the Sunday, then only that exception is going to fire. But whenever we are going to change it to the Saturday, means the respected date is Saturday, automatically exception is going to fire. Exception is going to fire. So all of you clear on this? So here, that is the reason. Just I want to check the condition. The condition is Saturday. Whenever the respected date is going to reach to the Saturday, means matched with our Saturday, automatically exception is going to fire. So here, this exception, if to care of sys date is Saturday, then the exception is going to fire. So whenever this exception is going to fire in exception, then we want to print this message. Then we want to print this message. All of you clear? So here we have one more example. So observe this one. This is the example is clear to understand how to use the raise the user defined exception. So here we are going to work on database tables. Declare, we are going to define one variable vsal, that is a number, and we are going to define one exception. Okay, begin, select sal into vsal from table name where emp number equal to 7902, something condition we are going to pass. So here what exactly I want to do, if salary, okay, if salary less than 2000, okay, less than 2000, then rise a, less than or greater than. If the salary is okay, so salary 2000 below, if the salary is 2000 below, then sorry 2000 above, rise a, else we are going to update the salary. Okay, we are going to update the salary. If the salary less than 2000, we want to update the salary. If the salary greater than 2000, automatically, so we are going to raise a exception, means already salary is high, so we don't want to update the salary. Okay, so what is the requirement is, the people is going to tell to us, if the who are having the 2000 below salary, that all people we want to add the 1000 rupees, means sorry 100 rupees. Okay, who are having the salary more than 2000 rupees, that people we don't want to give the any commission. Okay, here the commission is 100 rupees, right? So that will be going to work on this respected program. Then how we are going to do that? So here okay, now first we declare the variable. So whatever it may be, you can go to declare it here. So now I'm going to declare the variable is I emp percentage row time. Okay, and the next we are going to define the exception, is a exception. Then next begin. So here we are going to get the data from the database. Okay, so and we'll be going to move into variable. Select sal into I from emp, where emp number equal to, then I'm going to pass the parameter emp number. Okay, so here we are going to check the condition. If I dot sal, okay, greater than 2000, greater than 2000, then we are going to raise exception. Else we want to update the salary. Update. So one second, actually we don't want to update the salary in this table. We want to create one more table. So already we have a table, right? Table 1. Yes. Okay. So declare. So here we are going to define one variable emp percentile row type. So here exception. Now we start the begin. Select salary into I from table 1, where employee number equal to ampersand employee number. Next we are going to apply the logic. If I dot sal greater than 2000, then raise a hour exception. Else we want to update the salary. Update table name, set salary equal to I dot sal plus, okay, then now I'm going to add 1000 rupees, okay, or 100 rupees. Update the salary. Then next what we do, so we close the end if and write the exception. When exception, then we want to print the message dbms output output line. So here if the salary is above 2000, then we are going to raise exception, means employee salary is already high. So, okay, then employee does not eligible for commission. Employee does not eligible for commission. Then we are going to write the end program. Clear? So just I am going to specify the respected condition. Okay, then and also here we are going to give the condition is where employee number equal to same parameter I am going to pass here, which is the employee number we are going to pass here. So that employee number only I want to update it here. If the employee number is having the, sorry, if the employee is having more than 2000, it is automatically sorry, already the person is having more than 2000, the person does not eligible to get the 100 rupees, right? If the person is having less than 2000, automatically this update command is executed, and which is the employee number pass here, the same employee number will going to pass here, because of we are going to tell to the machine which is the employer you want to go to update the 100 rupees. So means 100 rupees means commission. So now we are going to execute that. So here let us suppose now I'm going to give 7839. Okay, 7839 is a king, is a president, his salary is 5000 rupees. 7839. So again I'm giving 7839. Then here, okay, too many values are there. Okay, let us just, I'm using number data type. Okay, now I want to execute it. 7839, again 7839. So here we shall, oh, okay, let us, yes, yes, it is a V cell. System is very slow. 7839. So 7839. Yeah. 7839. So here observe carefully, then very simple program. Here what is my logic means, if the person is having more than 2000, okay, automatically the person does not eligible for the commission. Okay, if the person is less than 2000, then automatically the person is possible to get the 100 rupees of the commission. So here then again I want to execute the same one. 79, so who are having less than 2000, 7900, he is having 950, 7934, 7876. These all people is having below 2000 rupees, right? Then now we are going to 7900. Again I am going to 7900. So here the procedure successfully completed. So the respected people is update the salary. Let us, we are going to check it in our table. Select star from table 1. So here successfully it is added the 100 rupees, right? So in this case we are going to use the user defined exceptions. Okay, so very simple. So based on that conditions we are going to write this one. So here whenever if it is the respected exception is required, then automatically we are going to raise our exception. But whenever we are going to work with the user defined exceptions, first of all we are going to declare the exception. Without to declare the exception we cannot work on this respected exception. Suppose say example here I don't want to raise the exception, just I want to remove the exception. Let us we check it. So here I'm going to remove this exception. Let us we check it what happened. The program does not executed. Suppose here if you give the pass the parameter also, so it is going to show us e must be declared. Because of already we are using e in our programming logic, it does not understand what is this e. So that is the reason we clearly declare the exception in declaration session, then only we can use that exception in our programming logic. All of you clear on this? Okay. Yeah. So this is the way we are worked on this respected user defined functions exceptions. So next we can go for, so here up to now we are raise the exception only user defined, right? And also we have a chance to raise predefined exception. Means we have a option to raise a predefined exception. Predefined exception means predefined exception. Earlier programs we never use the raise keyword for predefined exception. System automatically raise that one. So automatically whenever the error is occurred, then system is going to handle the errors while using that predefined exception. But here we have a option. Means we have a chance to raise the predefined exception while using raise keyword. Okay, here we can also raising predefined exception by using raise statement. Please keep in our mind, interview point of view they're asking this question. What is the question? Means can be possible to raise predefined exceptions in itself or not? Yes, absolutely, while using raise keyword. Within the question only we have a answer. Okay, so that is the reason we can possible to raise a predefined. But how we are going to raise that one? Very simple. Here and now I am going to explain one simple program here. The program is, first we declare and get the data into cursor. Okay, and which data? Clerk information. Then so here I'm going to use the respected information. So I'm using a simple cursor activities. Open C1, fetch C1 into I. If cursor not found, then I'm going to raise no data found. I'm going to raise no data found. So here, for your understand purpose, I'm going to using this open and fetching and means cursor activities. If you go for loop, no need to open it everything, right? So at the time we are going to specify too many rows. At the time we can go to specify the too many rows. So but here I want to find out if cursor 1. So here job equal to clerk. Okay, if the cursor where the job equal to clerk, fetch C1 into I. If cursor not found, then raise no data found. But the job is already there. But here observe carefully, it is not a clerk, right? Just I'm giving CLRK. Okay, without having a designation in our table, or else you can give another respected table also. Okay, respected job also. Then let us, now I'm going to explain simple program. So, right, declare, I'm going to define one variable. What is the variable we are going to declare it here? Okay, so actually we get the data into cursor, right? Yeah, it is a cursor program. Cursor C1 is select star from emp where job equal to, just first of all I'm going to develop a successful program, then after that we are going to do the some changes and we'll be check it the difference. So one second, have I recorded or not? Yes. So next we are going to declare one variable which is indicate the row type begin. So here I am going to, so first of all we are going to open the cursor, open C1 and fetch C1 into I and then exit when C1 percentile not found, then we are going to print the message dbms output dot put line. So if you want to print some message, then here we can do employee number I dot rename I dot job and So here what exactly we are going to search it. Open fetch c1 into I, exit when c1 percentile not found. So here I want to check it. If the respected job does not available, we want to raise our own exception. So own exception, then here everything is fine, fetch into, then if c1 okay, then here we are going to check the condition. So actually we are going to exit the condition. If c1 percentage not found, then rise no data found. Okay, so here if the person is there, then it is going to show us the result of the employee. Then finally we are going to write end if, and next we are going to specify the exception when no data found. Then pdms output line. We don't have any employee with this designation and the program. So here just let us check it, but here the job is there, then we are going to fetching the data and check it whether the program is executed or not. So the program successfully completed. Yes, the program is completed successfully. We are not getting any data. Why? Because here we are going to clearly specify if the person C1 does not found, but clerk is there. Okay, if the clerk is there, that is the reason. Now I am going to change the job is CEO, but we don't have any CEO job in our respected table, right? Then now we are going to check the condition. Then automatically the respected. So here, so what happened? First it is going to retrieve the job equal to CEO. We don't have any employee who are working like as a CEO in our database. So now it is going to execute the begin open c1 and fetch c1 into I. So entire data will be going to keep in I. So if c1 percentile not found means the respected cursor does not have any data, then automatically it is going to show as no data found. Because of no one is there, automatically cursor doesn't have any data. If the cursor doesn't have any data, then I'm going to raise our own predefined exception. What is this one? No data found, right? If no data found is going to fire, automatically it is going to show us then respected data and end if and will be exception. We handle that exception. We don't have any employee with this designation. Clear all of you? So this is the way we are possible to raise these predefined exceptions. So observe this one, predefined exceptions will be possible to arise whenever we don't have any data, whenever we are getting multiple records, whenever open the cursor. In this point of time only we can possible to raise this predefined exception. But while using these predefined exceptions, we no need to declare these predefined exceptions in our declaration block. But we have a option to raise the predefined exception whenever it is necessary. Clear? All of you. So what is the means? Here I am going to write the exception. Okay, and here rise our exception. Here also rise our exception. Very simple. Just if you want to rise the exception, before that we are going to declare the exception. So other situation lo nenu rise the exception ni our own exception ni declare chestuntam. So right. So this is the case we are going to execute this user defined exception. All of you clear?